And you understand that by pleading guilty, Mr. Harmer, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
And is it true that on or about January the 9th of this year that you were in Huron Township and you had consumed alcohol before getting behind the wheel of the vehicle that you were driving?
Yeah.
As a result of your consumption of alcohol, your ability to drive was impaired?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
You took a breathalyzer and blew above the legal limit?
They didn't have me take a breathalyzer. They had me do a blood test.
Oh, blood test, and it came back above the legal limit. Is that correct?
Yes.
And do you understand this plea?
Yes.
Is it voluntary?
Yeah.
Anybody promise you or threaten you to get you to plead guilty in this matter?
No.
I'll accept your plea, counsel. Anything else?
I do not know.
Your Honor, I just want to make sure we take a plea for operating while visually impaired, correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
Correct. Can I get a cell phone number, Mr. Harmer, and an email from you? Then probation is going to be in contact with you. You're going to fill out some paperwork, and then we'll set a sentencing date. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can I get a cell phone number?
It's 540-842.
Hello.
8893.
Hold on just a second, ma'am, and I'll be with you in just a moment.
Okay,
Mr.
sorry.
Harmer, can I get an email?
Chance. Harmer 12@gmail.
All right, you're gonna receive some paperwork. Make sure you fill it out and get it back, and then I'll see you just like this
Okay.
in about 6 weeks. You do know that you have an informal hearing scheduled for July the 1st, correct?
For
It looks like for an accident, a ticket that you had,
Oh, yeah,
allegedly had an accident.
yeah, they didn't let me know what the date was, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
I'm sorry.
July 1st. It might be still in the mail.
Okay.
All right?
Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, Mr.
I'm
McClure.
sorry, Miss Foley Carter, was there we were going to dismiss, I forgot, we were going to dismiss the civil infraction side of this?
Oh, I dismissed the open intox and the speeding.
Oh,
Correct.
thank you.
I apologize. Yeah, I did.
Thank
I
you.
wrote on it and I didn't say it out loud. That's
Thank you.
correct. All right, you're all set. Thank you. Have a great day. And probation will be in contact with you to set the sentencing. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks. Have a great day, ma'am.
So
What's
you-
your last name? It's Gail. What's your last name?
My last name is Irwin, IRWIN.
Got it. And Miss Irwin, do you have an attorney?
No, I was trying to contact one and get in contact with one, but they never got a hold of me back. I called that number and emailed them my information.
I have Miss Belcher on. You didn't hire anyone, right?
No.
Miss Belcher on Gail Irwin. Do you have it?
I do, Judge, and I have the offer.
Okay, Miss Irwin, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with our court-appointed attorney. So
Okay.
all you're going to have to do is hit join, and then she'll meet you and have a conversation with you. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Go ahead and hit join.
Thank you. And sorry, Judge, I had to switch devices. My sound was
I
messed up.
wasn't worried about it. Thanks.
Yep.
On the Pixel 4 XL, what's your last name?
Wachner, Wachner,
What time was your case set?
9 a.m. Oh no, sorry, 10:10. No, I
Oh, okay. I don't see you at 9 a.m.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
okay.
okay.
I got it, Mr. Wachner. Do you have an attorney, Mr. Wachner?
Yes, Mr. Leo O'Brien.
Are you expecting him to be as early as you are?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and text him. He said he was actually had another case he was on too, so I'm gonna go ahead and text him right now and let
If
him
he
know
shows up, we can do your case right away.
that. Okay, I'll let him know that as well.
Okay, thank
Should
you.
I call back?
No. You can stay on, and when he joins in the waiting room, we'll do it. On the
Okay.
Pixel 4 XL, can you unmute yourself and give me your name? Maybe not. Hang on just a second. Yes, on the Pixel 4 XL. What's your last name?
Kane, K-A-N-E. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Dylan?
Yep.
Hang on just a second, Mr. Kane, and I'll pull your file. Mr. Kane, do you have an attorney?
Yes, William Mays. He said, I just talked to him on the phone. He said he should be joining us shortly.
Okay, then just mute yourself and hang out. As soon as Mr. Mays jumps on, we'll do your case, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. O'Brien, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Judge. How you doing?
Good, how are you? I have your client on and I have the file. I'm gonna go ahead and call it People versus Christopher Wagner. This matter is set for a pretrial this morning. It's a Sumter case. We don't have Mr. Young on with us yet, but I do have the offer of impaired in the file, counsel.
Last time we were here, Your Honor, we requested discovery. He sent me the police reports with a note that he was working on getting the rest of it, i.e. the videotapes, and I don't know what happened. He never produced them. So I kind of see what his intentions are. I don't know if he doesn't
Well,
have them
he
or.
doesn't show up until 10 o'clock, so that's.
I got a triple murder at 9:30 in Warren. I can come back at 10.
Or that's fine. I mean, we don't need your client on at that time. If I can give you another, well, if you want counsel,
Well, he might
actually,
make a new offer since he doesn't appear to have all the discovery, and then we could wrap it up if he does that.
that's fine. If you want to appear, can you appear at 10?
Yeah, it's just a competency hearing, which is going to go nowhere. I should be in and out of there in 10 minutes. I
Okay,
just
okay.
need a
So, I mean,
preliminary exam date.
while we have your client on right now, you can pick the time and
10
jump, and you
o'clock's
guys,
good for me.
10 o'clock. Okay, so
The murder
Mr.
case
Rock,
should take 10 minutes.
that's fine. Mr. Walker, just jump back on right at 10, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I'll see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Judge.
Yep, you're welcome.
Caitlin, are there videos on this one?
I don't have them now, but I can get them.
Okay, perfect. And you'll keep offer open, correct?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
All right, Ms. Belcher, are you ready?
Yes, Judge, I'm ready.
People versus Gailey Irwin.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of the defendant. Ma'am, will you state your name?
Galia Irwin.
As to the arraignment, we waive formal reading, stand mute, ask that you set her matter for a pre-trial. We're requesting an adjournment of this pre-trial for discovery purposes.
All right, let me see if I have Miss Irwin. Did you get her contact information, Ms.
I did, Your
Belcher?
Honor. I do have a phone number and an email address that I can provide to the court.
I can do either June 24th or July 8th.
Could we do July 8th, Your Honor?
July 8th at 8:50. And that'll be with Judge Oakley.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. That was my question.
And Miss Irwin, can I get a cell phone number and an email from you?
It's 744-444-7725. And her email is her last name, first name @gmail.com.
Perfect, thank you. All right, Miss Irwin, you're set for today.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Yes, you too. Bye.
DXX Enterprise. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you?
I'm doing
You have
well.
Mr. Jadala representing you?
Yes.
All right, so we're waiting on him right now. I'll pull your file. As soon as he appears, we'll do your case, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. And Mr. Tokars, how are you?
Hey,
Good morning.
Morning.
Do you have an attorney, Mr. Tokars?
I do not.
Let me see. Let me pull your file. Hang on a second. I'm going to have you talk to the court-appointed attorney. Ms. Belcher, do you have Mr. Tokars's file?
I have the offers, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. All right, Mr. Tokars, all I'm going to want you to do is, Ms. Belcher, can you rejoin breakout room number 1, and I'll send him there.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Tokars, all you have to do is hit join.
Okay, join. Okay.
Yep. Ms. Merker, can you hear me? Juanita Marker? Or the person with the identifier of Juanita Marker is what I should say. Nope, no response. Good morning, Mr. Jadala. People versus DXX Enterprise.
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Rijadala, P62186, on behalf of DXX Enterprise. Your Honor, I'm not sure if me and the prosecutor have been emailing each other back and forth regarding this matter. I'm not sure if she has any updates regarding my last email to her.
Ms. Foley Carter.
Hi, Sam.
Hey,
We're still proceeding with the charges against DXX.
And Your Honor, then we'd ask for after speaking with DXX, Your Honor, we're going to be asking for a trial in this matter.
Are we doing it? I know that it's not a formal hearing because I have to set it for a bench trial then because the registration is a misdemeanor.
Understood.
Live or by Zoom, Mr. Jadala?
Your Honor, I don't believe my client has any objections to having a Zoom bench trial. Do you?
No, I don't.
June the 24th at 11 in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Mr. Jadala?
Give me 1 second, Your Honor. I have your docket that day, so we'll do it after, I guess, we finish the docket.
That's perfect. And I'm gonna make a notation that it's by Zoom. Anything else for the record today?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Then I'll see you in 2 weeks, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge,
Yeah.
we have a Mr. Shea scheduled for 9:20.
What's the last name?
Shea, S-H-E-A, I believe.
No,
Well-
I remember him. Yeah, Shay is set later than 9:10. Hang on a second, let me find him. Oh, he said at 9:20.
Sorry, 9:20. His wife has called me twice this week to update me that he is in the hospital.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to, isn't he the gentleman that's the eviction? What's going on with that with Miss Foley Carter?
I did subpoena the victim to appear, and he has every intention on appearing today. I don't know what's going on with the eviction hearing. I don't think it's scheduled for another couple days.
Well, why don't we wait for the victim, Mr. Jadala, just to make sure? And if not, then I'll adjourn it. Let's see if the victim appears, then we'll talk about it.
Sounds good.
Okay, all right, just hang out. What's your victim's name, Ms. Foley Carter?
Joseph Tarnoplowski.
Okay, just so that I know to look for it in the waiting room. The person with the identifier of Savannah, what case are you here on? Sir?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It-
What case am I on?
Yes,
Okay. It's, do you want the,
I just want your name.
oh, I'm sorry, Gregory Don the second.
Hang on 1 second. I apologize, what's your last name?
Don, D-A-H-N.
What time was your case set for?
9:30.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, this is all
Oh,
new to
no, no,
me.
no, you're totally fine. You are totally fine. Do you have an attorney, Mr. Don?
Yes, Leanne Belcher.
Oh, we have her here. She's in a breakout room. As soon as she gets out of the breakout room, we'll do your case. Mr.
Okay.
Jadala, the victim on Shay is here. So I'm gonna let him in and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do. Good morning, Mr. Stewart. How are you?
I'm okay.
Do you have an attorney, Mr. Stewart?
No, I don't.
I'm gonna have you talk to Miss Belcher. So as soon, if you hang out, she's a court-appointed attorney. She's in a breakout room with somebody else. As soon as I get her back, I will have her talk to you, okay?
Okay.
Person with the identifier of Juanita Marker, can you hear me? Mr. Kane. I'm gonna go ahead and call your case. Good morning, Mr. Mays. How are you?
Good morning, Your Honor.
People versus Dylan Kane.
Good morning, Your Honor. William Mays on behalf of Mr. Kane. I need to meet with the prosecutor on this. Oops, sorry, I need to turn my video on.
No worries. I'll put you in a breakout room, Mr. Mays.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead and hit join. Good morning, Mr. Radford. I checked you in. Do you have an attorney?
No, ma'am, I do not.
I have an offer from the prosecutor, but I'm gonna let you talk to the court-appointed attorney regarding it. You have
Yes,
two
ma'am.
people in front, she's in a breakout room right now, and you have two people in front of you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, as soon as, she talks to the other two, you will be up, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. Just hang out.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Oh.
Good morning, Mr. Tarnopolsky. As soon as we get the prosecutor back, I'll call the case. You're muted, but just hang on a minute. Mr. Jadala? I have Trevor Eichhorn entering, and I have listed that you're his attorney. Is that accurate or no?
I am, Judge.
Okay. Do you need to talk to Ms.
I would need
Foley
to talk with the
Carter, or are
prosecutor
you?
before I speak with.
Oh,
Mr.
it's, pardon?
I would need to talk with the prosecutor briefly.
Yeah, it's a Sumter case, so we're gonna have to wait on Mr. We're gonna have to wait on Mr. Young to appear.
We can wait. That's fine, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Icorn, did you hear me? I checked you in and we're just waiting for the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, could you put me in that breakout room with Mr. Icorn briefly?
Absolutely. Hang on just a second. Oh, you know what? The breakout rooms are closing out in 7 seconds. So give me just a minute and I'll put you in there.
Sounds good.
Actually, we can do it now. Hang on just a second.
Okay.
Mr. Mays, did you have enough time?
I did. Let me put you all on hold and I'm going to call my client and talk to him on the phone, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Judge, I do need a little more time with Mr. Tokars.
All right, I'm gonna put Mr. Jadala in with his client while we're waiting on the prosecutor and Mr. Tokars. I'm gonna put you back in breakout room number 2. You go ahead and hit join and Miss Belcher will meet you there. And then Miss Foley Carter, I need Mr. Jadala back to do the Shea case. So as soon as he gets out of the breakout room, we'll do that. Otherwise, we're waiting. We're in a holding pattern.
Great, thank you, Judge.
That you didn't need. Did you need a breakout room with the victim at all?
We've spoken before. Why don't you
Okay.
throw us in real quick and I'll let him know what's going on,
Put you in a breakout room.
if you could.
Yep, no problem. Mr. Tonopolsky, I just want you to hit join and the prosecutor will meet you in a breakout room. Go ahead and hit join.
You came back?
Yeah. You had a little bit of protein and a little bit of blood in the urine, but Dr. Malin said it's fine. It's expected.
From the procedure.
Yeah, from the catheter, from all the chemo, everything. So, yep. So we're all good.
Mr. Jadala, are you ready on Paul Shea? Oh, I missed. We're waiting on Miss Foley Carter. Sorry. Mr. Mamet, do you have your client with you or are we waiting on him?
I told him it was 9:40 because that's what it said on the register. I'm probably just a
Okay,
little
no, that's
early.
fine. I was just asking.
Is the prosecutor here that I can talk to?
You got to get in line to talk to the prosecutor.
Okay.
I got a couple other cases and she's in a breakout room right now, so it'll be a minute.
Okay.
Counsel, I do have an offer from the prosecutor in the file though for a double parking 275 and the other cases will be dismissed.
That's probably fine. I mean, do I even need my client for that?
Nope. If you want me to, I'll just call it and take the plea if you want. Is that
that's
okay?
let me just communicate that to my client. I'll
Mute, that's fine. Mute it and go ahead and call him.
okay, thanks.
Ms. Foley Carter, we'll go ahead and call People versus Paul Shea. Mr. Jadala,
Yes, Judge.
I know that your client's in the hospital. Ms. Foley Carter, this was that the victim had to appear. The victim's here. You've had a chance and an opportunity to speak to Mr. Tarnopolsky. Are we ready to proceed? What are we going to do with this case?
I imagine we might have to sit for an adjournment only because Mr. Shea would need to appear. I know Mr. Tarnopolsky wants to proceed with charges.
Mr. Jadala,
And respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Jadala, P62186 for the record. I really don't, I know that she's called me twice and she's let me know that he's in the hospital. I don't know how serious or his condition is or how long he'll be in the hospital. I just asked for enough of an adjournment to hopefully try to find that out.
well, and I'll make a notation that Mr. Tarnopolsky appeared so that we don't have that issue come up again. Hang on just a second.
Thank you, Judge.
Hello.
I'm just gonna do 2 weeks, Mr. Jadala. And so I'm gonna reset this for June the 24th at 10 a.m. for you to give us an update, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And I need, some verification. If you get a hold of his wife, I want to know, how serious it is or what's going on. And Mr. Tarnopolsky, Ms. Foley Carter will be in touch with you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's it for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Somebody wanted to talk to you, Ms. Foley Carter. I'm trying to, it was, oh, Mr. Mays is still on hold. Okay, I think it actually,
Judge, I'm ready on Mr. Kane if you want to do him,
yeah,
but
we'll
I've
go
also
ahead
got,
and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I had another attorney on here, but I don't see him right now. On People versus Dylan Kane.
there we go. Good morning, Your Honor. William Mays on behalf of Mr. Kane. Today is the date and time scheduled for an arraignment pretrial in this matter. Insofar as the arraignment is concerned, we waive reading and ask the court to enter a not guilty plea. The prosecuting attorney and I have had an opportunity to discuss this case. She's offering to reduce or dismiss the original charge in exchange for a plea of guilty to operating while visibly impaired. I've advised Mr. Kane of his rights. We've gone explicitly through the advice of rights form. I've also gone through with him what the maximum possible penalties are, as well as some collateral consequences pertaining to the operating while visibly impaired. And it's my understanding that this time Mr. Kane is going to avail himself of the prosecutor's offer and plead guilty to the operating while visibly impaired charge.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes,
And you understand that by pleading guilty to this added count that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice rights form?
yes,
And is it true on April the 4th, you were in Huron Township and you had consumed alcohol before getting behind the wheel of the vehicle that you were driving?
correct.
As
Yes,
a result of your consumption of alcohol, your ability to drive was impaired?
correct.
You took a breathalyzer and blew over the legal limit?
Yes,
Did you understand this plea?
Yep.
And is it voluntary?
yes, yes, it is.
Anybody promise you or threaten you to get you to plead guilty in this matter?
Nope.
Can I get a cell phone number and an email so that probation can contact you? What's your cell phone number?
734-770-7268.
And your email?
XX Carbon CAR.
I'm sorry, will you say that again?
Yep. XX Carbon CARBON 1, the symbol 1, XX@gmail.com.
xxcarbon1xx@gmail.
Correct.
The probation department is going to be in contact with you. They're going to send you some paperwork. You need to fill out that paperwork and return it, and they will do a Zoom call with you like this to get information from you, and then we'll notify Mr. Mays of the sentencing date, and I'll see you in about a month and a half to 2 months, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Your Honor.
Have a good day.
I have
Thanks.
another case, but I'm gonna go, my client's actually, Mr. Swaggles is actually in the office. I need to go talk to him and we'll be
Okay,
back.
go
on that.
ahead. You're all
Thank you.
set.
I
Mr.
couldn't,
Mamet.
yeah, I couldn't get a hold of him. He might be
That's-
on.
That's fine. Just you want to just hang out for a few minutes?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, perfect. And then Ms. Belcher on Mr. Tokars,
Yes, Judge, we're ready.
People versus Stephen Tokars.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of the defendant. Sir, will you state your name for the judge?
Stephen Tokars.
Your Honor, I have had an opportunity to meet with my client in a breakout room. I did get the reports. I've gone over the reports for both cases with my client. I've gone over all of his rights with him and the offer from the prosecutor. He does wish to take advantage of the offer of pleading to the one trespassing with the other one being dismissed.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did the trespass occur, Ms. Belcher?
Neighbor's house, Your Honor.
Not,
It's
Pardon?
it's at his neighbor's house, Your Honor.
Okay. And you were on property that didn't belong to you and you didn't have the owner's permission?
I believe so, yes.
It's a $200 ticket. The state adds $145 for a total of $345. There are no other issues with this case, Ms. Foley Carter?
We just asked that he not return to the 3443 Jessica Lane address.
Your Honor, I did go over that with my client. He knows that there's a potential PPO also that could be coming. I did advise him to stay away from his neighbor's house, and he stated he understood.
Give me the address again, Ms. Foley Carter.
3443 Jessica Lane.
Do you understand you cannot return to that address? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I'm not gonna put you on probation. I'm just gonna fine you. Do you need time to pay that?
He probably does, Your Honor. He is on Social Security. He's disabled. He uses a walker. He has a fixed income. His wife does not work, and he takes care of his autistic son.
Can you do a $50 a month payment, Mr. Tokars?
Yes, ma'am.
I need a cell phone number and an email for you.
Cell phone number is 734-654-6390.
And that's-
Email,
yes.
And Mr. Tokars, is that a home phone and not a cell phone?
Yeah, that's a home phone.
Okay. And his email, Your Honor, is TKSTE3, or I'm sorry, TK5TE3, right, sir?
TKS is in Sam.
Yes, I can't read my own writing. Today's
okay, yeah, okay. STE3.
at AOL.com.
So can I repeat it, please?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
It's TKSTE3 at AOL.com.
That's what I got.
Right.
All right, I'll do a $15 a month payment plan. We're gonna enter a no contact order. Do not have contact, Mr. Tokars. Miss Foley Carter, tell the, you could tell the victim that if there's a violation that they need to contact the police department and then contact us, okay?
I will, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Also, Mr. Tokars, I see that there's an outstanding domestic violence case. I'm gonna have them set with the next domestic violence docket and you'll get a notice, okay?
Ma'am, can I say something regarding that?
Well,
No,
I don't
sir.
have that file. I just have a notation, so I'd rather you didn't say anything about that. I'm just writing for them to lift the warrant, and set it. Okay?
Okay.
And so I don't have the file, so if you have a comment, there's not anything I can do about it today. But I am telling them to lift the warrant since you appeared today and you'll get a notice to set it and then you can talk to an attorney at that time, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're all set for today, Mr. Tokars.
All right,
No contact with that neighbor.
All right, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Miss Belcher, Gregory Don, D-A-H-N. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with him. Do you have the plea,
I do, Your Honor.
the offer,
Yes.
whatever? If you can rejoin breakout room number 2, and I will send a Mr. Don there. Mr. Don, can you
Yes,
go
ma'am.
ahead and hit join? Mr. Mamet, your client is joining us right now.
Put me in a breakout room with him.
I can do that. As soon as his audio kicks in. All right, Mr. Kajib, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with your attorney, okay? Can you hear me?
It looks like his audio isn't on.
Yep, go ahead and hit join. Can you hear me, sir? Yeah, he got it.
Ms. Gordon, if you can unmute yourself, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Gordon. I'm Attorney Sam.
Mr. Kaminsky, you snuck in and I didn't recognize you. I have your file. Do you have an attorney? You gotta unmute yourself.
Pardon me? There you go. Oh,
Good morning, Mr. Kaminsky. Do you have an attorney?
no, I don't, Your Honor.
Okay, we're waiting on the Sumter prosecutor, but I have you checked in, okay?
Okay,
So just hang
Thank
out
you.
for a few.
sure. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad at all. I feel
Good.
better today.
Well, good. All right, go ahead and mute yourself and we'll wait for Mr. Young.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Mamet, are you
He-
ready?
he's having audio problems. I mean, he can't hear me. We could take, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure this deal is fine, but I can't speak to him. And I this came through his attorney from Pennsylvania. I mean, I'm sure that the deal is fine, but I don't want to just take it.
I take it you don't have a phone number for him. Counsel. I take it you do not have a phone number for him?
No. Let me try to call the attorney again. I'll call you. I'll log in a second.
Well, I'm gonna try to message him and get a phone number.
I don't think he speaks the best English.
Your Honor, could I meet with the prosecutor one more time regarding Mr. Swaggles?
You didn't meet with the prosecutor with Mr. Swaggles in the first place.
No, but we talked about him.
Let me find the file. What time is it set at?
I believe it's 9:30.
Oh, got it. Miss Foley Carter,
Yes, Your Honor.
can you rejoin breakout room number 3 and I'll send Mr. Mays there?
I can, thank you.
Mr. Young? Mr. Jadala, we have Mr. Young now.
Yes, Judge, how are you?
What case was it, Mr. Jadala, that we were waiting on Mr. Young?
Mr. Icorn.
That's correct. Yeah, and I have Mr. Icorn on also. Did you need a breakout room
Please.
with Mr. Young?
With Mr. Young, correct.
Mr. Young, I'm gonna put you in breakout room number 1 with Mr. Jadala.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Jadala, if you could just rejoin breakout room number 1. Sir, do you, on the iPhone, Mr. Kajib, can you hear me?
Your Honor, what we can maybe do is just, oh, this might be his lawyer. Let me take this real
Yep.
quick.
Did you have an opportunity with Mr. Mays on,
We did, Your Honor.
Mr. Mays, are we waiting for your client? Or is his client in his office? I think he said.
I think he's in his office, Your Honor. I can't.
I think you're right.
You can come on up.
Mr. Mays, are you ready, Von Swaggles?
We are, Your Honor. Thank you.
People, you're welcome. People versus Stephen Swaggles.
Stand right here. Good morning, Your Honor. William Mays appearing on behalf of Mr. Swaggles.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your Honor, today's scheduled for an arraignment pretrial in this matter. We're going to waive the reading on the arraignment, ask the court to enter a not guilty plea. The prosecuting attorney and I have met and discussed this case. She has offered to dismiss the original charge of operating with a high BAC in exchange for a plea of guilty to operating while intoxicated. I've advised Mr. Swaggles what the maximum possible penalties are for OWI. The court should be advised that Mr. Swaggles has a couple of other pending cases in Plymouth and in Romulus. I've spoken with Shannon at the probation department, and he has the paperwork for the sobriety court, which is what he ultimately intends to do. But this is the first case that's come up. He's going to plead guilty to the added count of operating while intoxicated this morning and submit the paperwork to Shannon over at the probation department.
Okay.
And go from there.
Okay. Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true that on or about April the 6th, you were in Huron Township and you had consumed alcohol before getting behind the wheel of the vehicle that you were driving?
Yes, ma'am.
As a result of your consumption of alcohol, your ability to drive was substantially affected?
Yes.
You took a breathalyzer and blew above the legal limit?
Blood, but yes.
Blood, okay. Do you understand this plea?
Yes.
And is it voluntary?
Yes.
Anybody promise you or threaten you to get you to plead guilty in this matter?
No.
I'll accept the plea. Mr. Mays, I note that his next pretrial is a Romulus case on July the 15th. Is that correct?
That is
Or
correct,
is
Your
it-
Honor.
Is it a Romulus or is it a Van Buren case?
It's Romulus.
So it's with
Romulus.
me on the 15th. So if he ends up in the sobriety court, that's the better
Okay.
angle anyway.
I also have the advice of rights form here in the office that he signed.
Okay. I need your, Mr. Swaggles, I need your cell phone number and your email.
734-927-2286.
And an email.
Email is not working at this time.
Okay,
My
I'm gonna write,
computer-
that's okay. I'm gonna put no email. We have Mr. Mays on the file. No, I don't. I need to put Attorney Bill Mays. Make a notation about sobriety court. Miss Ramp will be in contact with you. You need to respond to her. She'll get you the paperwork and then we'll coordinate everything and figure it out, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're all set for today. Thanks, Mr. Mays.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, Heather. I see your note. It's fine. I wrote it on the file anyway, too.
Judge, can you-
Mr. Jadala, are you all set on Trevor Icorn?
I need to speak with him briefly, Mr. Icorn, in the breakout room briefly, Judge.
If you go back into the breakout room that you were in, which was breakout room number 1. I will send him there. And then the person with the identifier of the phone number of 2510, can I get your name? Mr. Young, while we're waiting, on Mr. Kaminsky, what's the status of the blight case with Mr. Kaminsky?
I'm told Mr. Kaminsky was visited by Peter Gregory and the other ordinance officer and was prohibited from backyard view. My understanding and recollection was last time we were before the court, he agreed that there could be a full review of the property. I'm waiting for the ordinance officer to come in. He's just down the hall, so he'll be in here in a few minutes.
Okay, all right, Mr. Kaminsky, just hang out.
Do you have anything else for me yet, Judge? Or?
I do, but I'm waiting on attorneys. I had an attorney show up, several people showed up early and I told them to come back now. So soon as they jump on, I know we have Mr. Wagner's case that they're coming back in. And then Mr. Eichhorn, as soon as Mr. Jadala finishes with him. And then I don't know if these people are your cases or not. I'm trying to get them checked in.
Okay. Wagner, is it work all right with setting it this way? You started me today at 9:50. If that doesn't work, we can go back to the old way. It just makes.
Well,
it
I mean,
easier.
I didn't start it this way. Downstairs has been setting it this way, but I don't have an opinion one way or another.
Okay.
I won't see you again till I'm going on a rotation with Romulus and Belleville, so you have to
Okay.
figure out if it's working or not. Mr. Jadala on People versus Trevor Eichhorn.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Eichhorn. Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Eichhorn would like to avail himself to the plea whereby he'll be pleading guilty to 1 count of impaired driving. The BAC 1.7 or more is being dismissed, and the driving while license suspended matter is also being dismissed, Judge.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form, Mr. Eichhorn?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true that on or about May the 10th of last year, you were in Sumter Township and you were consuming alcohol before getting behind the wheel of the vehicle that you were driving?
Yes, ma'am.
As a result of your consumption of alcohol, your ability to drive was impaired?
Yes, ma'am.
You took a breathalyzer and blew above the legal limit?
It was blood, but yes.
Blood, okay. And do you understand this plea?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it voluntary?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody promise you or threaten you to get you to plead in this matter?
No, ma'am.
I have a cell phone number of 686-8728
Yes.
and an email of Trevor Eichhorn 1994@hotmail.com.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll dismiss the other cases. Mr. Jadala set this matter over for probation to review and have a discussion with Mr. Eichhorn. They'll be in contact, send you paperwork. You need to get the paperwork back to them, and then we'll do a sentencing like this, okay?
All right.
And Mr. Jadala will be there at that time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, yep, thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Jadala, is that all for you?
Judge, I have a Leon Booker also scheduled for 9:50. I haven't gotten a hold of. Then I got a 10:40, a Jolene Courtney. So I can dial back in at 10:40. And if
Why
you let
don't
me,
you dial back in? If Mr. Booker shows up, I'll text you.
I appreciate you, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Mr. Wagner, we're waiting on your attorney.
Yes, Your Honor. I suppose I'll just stand by until you give the word.
Correct. I gotta wait for your attorney.
Okay.
Ms. Belcher on Gregory Don, are you ready?
Yes, Judge, we're ready.
People versus Gregory Don.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of the defendant. Sir, will you please state your name?
Gregory Don,
Your
second.
Honor, as to the arraignment portion, we waive formal reading and stand mute. We are going to be requesting an additional pretrial date. I did speak with Ms. Foley Carter. We will be submitting a deviation. There's also some outstanding digital discovery that Ms. Foley Carter is going to be sending me.
I can do either the 24th or July 8th.
Your Honor, can we do the July 8th? That way I can keep it with my other ones that have been adjourned.
Do it July 8th at 8:50. That's with Judge Oakley. Make sure that you're listed. I have his contact information. I'll make sure that it's listed that it's you, Ms. Belcher.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Mr. Don, you'll get a notification, but it'll be in courtroom number 2 with Judge Oakley. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're all set for today. Have a great day.
Yep.
Thank
too.
you, Your Honor.
Ms. Belcher, next is George Stewart, who I think he said he's already assigned to you, maybe?
He,
Maybe not.
I don't think
Maybe maybe it was the last one. Anyway, you have the offer?
Yes, I have the offer.
Mr. Stewart, can you hear me? Mr. Stewart? I'm going to assign you to breakout room number 2 with Ms. Belcher. Just hit join. Mr. Radford, you're next. Mr. Mamet, any luck?
No. I would, is there, what, it's Huron Township, right?
It is.
Is it Caitlin Carter?
It is. She's on with us.
Caitlin, is it, if it's possible, Your Honor, if she could send me an email with that offer, is
You
it
know what I'll
possible?
do? Heather, can we just do this as a plea by mail? Heather? Yep. Mr. Mamet, we'll send it to you as a plea by mail.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't know how I express that to your client who's on.
It's fine. He can, I don't know. I the technology stuff these days just drives me insane.
I'm gonna send it down send as a plea by mail to you.
Okay.
Heather, send it to Mr. Mamet. All right, you're all set. I think we lost your client anyway, so
That's fine.
it's all good.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Person with the identifier on the phone of 2510.
What the? Okay.
Yes, what's your last name?
Brocardo?
What is it?
Brocardo. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Brocardo. Got it. Okay. Ms. Brocardo, do you have an attorney?
I don't.
Okay, hang on just a second. Let me pull it. Ms. Brocardo, I have an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, they'll dismiss the driving on suspended. It does not go on your driving record, although it will be a $490 ticket, including the clearance to get your license back. If you're interested, I can take that plea. If you want to talk to the court-appointed attorney, there's one person in front of you.
Damn, I don't have any money for this stuff.
And I would give you a payment plan also, but it's up to you.
The payment plan is, I just wanted this to be cleared out of my
Yep.
bank. I
You
gotta,
can make the payment to get your clearance first, which is $45, and I can put you on a $50 a month payment plan.
okay, I already paid the $45 online.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. I paid it, I believe, a week ago.
If that's true, Heather, will you verify that? No, hang on, I'm having it verified so that we don't hang up and there be any misunderstanding.
Okay.
Yep, okay, so it's paid, so you're cleared out with that, okay. Then it's $445, not $490. Do you understand that by pleading guilty, that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive a vehicle you were in it's actually June 23rd of 2019 in Sumter Township?
Yes, ma'am.
Accept your plea. I'm gonna back it out backwards because I gave you the 445. And there's a couple of bench warrants on the file. And so, I'll balance it out and then I'm gonna do a $50 a month payment plan.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have a phone number and an email from you, so we'll send you that payment plan and you're all set.
All right, thank you. I know, baby.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too, bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, Ms. Green.
Hi, how are you?
I'm busy at work.
What case are you on? You've got Juanita Marker is the name that's on your file, and that's not you.
Atwood is my name. Nyrome.
What is it?
Atwood. Nyrome, Nyrome. Atwood, H-E-W.
Oh, Mr. Atwood, I got you.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay busy at the same time.
That's okay. Don't worry. All right, Mr. Atwood, there's not an offer on your file. It's a straight up driving on suspended, from Sumter. If you plead, it's a $445 ticket.
See, it wasn't. It would have been suspended if Monroe did not.
Oh, I
suspend
see
it.
that there was a notation
I haven't
that,
paid.
I'm gonna have you, Mr. Atwood, I know that you're busy, but I'm gonna have you talk to the court appointed attorney. She's in a breakout room with somebody else. I'm gonna have her talk to you then, okay?
Okay.
All right, just hang out for a minute.
Not a problem.
Mr. Wagner, we're still waiting on your attorney. Mr. Radford, you're next. Mr. Romeyer, can you hear me?
Your Honor, is it okay if I step aside for a second?
Yes, yeah, but go ahead and mute yourself. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
And
thank you.
Mr. Atwood, go ahead and mute yourself while we're waiting. But you
Not a
can keep
problem.
working. Mr. Romeyer, can you hear me? You gotta unmute yourself, lower left, Mr. Romeyer.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. Now you got it.
Okay.
I have a plea offer from the prosecutor, Mr. Romeyer, that if you pay a $400 double parking ticket, that the cases will be dismissed. Are you interested in taking that deal?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Can you pay that within 30 days?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna notate on the file, double parking, $400, pay within 30 days, and I'll dismiss everything else, okay?
I pay to Sumter, or I pay to.
No. You pay it here at the court. You can pay it online. You can
Okay.
come in person and pay it, or you can mail it in, okay?
Okay. Thank you,
Just
ma'am.
make sure you take care of it within 30 days.
Yes, ma'am.
You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Juanita, the person with the identifier of Juanita Marker, what's your last name?
Hi, my last name is Marker.
What's the last name?
My last name is Marker, but I set this up for my brother,
Oh, okay.
Melvin Butson.
Okay, what's his last name?
Butson.
Give it to me again.
Butson.
Oh, Melvin?
Yeah, we've never done this before,
That's
Judge, so
okay.
please forgive us.
No worries. You're good.
Okay, I can put Melvin back on now.
You can do that.
Thank you.
Mr. Butson,
Yes, ma'am.
good morning. I have an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to the dog at large, it'll be a $150 ticket. And they'll defer it for 2 months, and as long as you paid $150, it'll be dismissed. You want to take that plea, or would you like to talk to the court-appointed attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Which one? You want to talk to the attorney, or you just, what? You're really low. I don't know, when your volume goes in and out, can you sit back? Okay, now talk. Yeah, there's something about when he comes close, I can't hear him. Can you hear me?
Barely, Judge.
Yeah, you guys are barely too. Is there a volume button? Can you turn the volume up?
I already tried, sweetheart.
Give me a phone number and we'll put you on speaker.
Okay, honey, 734-788-4475.
All right, I'm gonna call. Go ahead and hang up.
Okay. I don't know how, but okay.
I'll hang up for you.
Okay, she's gonna throw. You got in the meeting for a minute.
Hello? Good morning. Can I have Mr. Butson?
Yes, you can, honey.
Good morning, Mr. Butson. How are you? The offer on the table is that if you plead guilty to the dog at large, it's a $150 ticket, no trouble for 2 months, pay the $150 and it would be dismissed. You can either take that plea or I can let you talk to the court-appointed attorney. Okay, do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form?
Very true.
And is it true that you had a dog that was not under your care and custody? He was roaming the neighborhood. He was running around.
Yes, that ain't gonna happen again, ma'am.
Okay, good, good.
Put a big fence up for them all.
Okay, good. That's all Sumter Township's asking for. So I'm gonna assess the $150. Do you need a payment plan on that?
No, ma'am.
Can I just write pay within 30 days? Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And you can pay it here at the court, you can pay it online, or you can mail it in, okay?
Okay.
And then no trouble for 60 days and I'll pull it and dismiss it, okay?
Okay,
All right, you're all set. Have a great day. Make sure you pay it.
okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Miss Belcher on Mr. Stewart.
Yes, Judge, we're ready.
People versus George Stewart.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Stewart. Mr. Stewart, can you please unmute yourself and state your name for the court?
George Stewart.
Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to meet with Mr. Stewart in that room. I have gone over all of his rights and options with him. He does wish to take advantage of the plea offer. It's going to be a no contest plea due to lack of memory, Your Honor, to operating while visibly impaired.
Do you understand that by pleading no contest, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form?
Yes,
And
Your
if you're
Honor.
not contesting this charge,
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll adopt the police report for purposes of the plea. I'm not going to read it into the record. Do you understand this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it voluntary?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody promise you or threaten you to get you to plead in this matter?
No, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea. Are you in the hospital?
He is, Your
Yes,
Honor.
Your Honor.
He's undergoing chemo treatment right now. He found
Okay.
out recently he has cancer.
Okay, well, I hope your treatment goes well. I've been
Thank
there,
you.
done that, so I know how difficult it can be. Drink lots of waters and electrolytes.
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor.
Can I get, do you have, can I get a cell phone number for you, Mr. Stewart?
I have it for him, Your Honor, and I wrote it down in much better handwriting this time.
Okay, go ahead.
313-350-4336.
And an email?
G.E.S.10@sbcglobal.net.
All right, the probation department, is gonna reach out to you, sir, and give you some paperwork, and then I'm gonna see you along with Miss Belcher and, in about a month and a half to 2 months. How long is your chemo treatment for?
8 weeks.
Okay, okay. Well, I made a notation on the file and I'll talk to the probation department about it. No stress about this, okay? You got enough stress on what you're going through, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And I will see you with Miss Belcher in a couple of months. When you're not in bed and when you're doing better. Lots of fluids.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right? Okay,
All right.
you're all set for today.
Okay.
Don't let this worry you, but you're gonna get an email from probation, okay?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Miss
Bye.
Belcher, Mr. Radford is next.
Okay, Judge.
Got it?
Yes, Judge, I do.
Mr. Radford, if you go ahead and hit join, I'm gonna send you into breakout room number 2 to talk to Miss Belcher.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mr. Young, are you ready on Mr. Kaminsky or no? You're muted.
There we go. Yes,
People versus Edward Kaminsky. Mr. Kaminsky, so what's going on Mr. Kaminsky's on the property?
we got Mr. Gregory here with me, Your Honor, the ordinance officer. I was informed that after last hearing, if you recall, Mr. Kaminsky was going to let the ordinance officer on the property to review everything and let him know what needed to be cleaned up, and we were going to come back before the court on review. Mr. Gregory represents to me that Mr. Kaminsky would not let him in the back, which is the area of concern right now. So we're at an impasse. If you have any questions for Mr. Gregory, he's present.
I see him. Mr. Kaminsky, what do you have to say?
Well, they were concerned about the side of my house. I'm moving things in the back. So whatever I take from the side of the house that they were concerned of, they're just going to look at it again in the back. I don't understand why they need to go to the back. You can't even go. That's a half-mile back there, and I have a sod farm back there.
You know what, why don't I have him, I know that I've got one more case in front of him for Miss Belcher, but why don't I have him talk to Miss Belcher? Maybe that'll be productive. Mr. Young.
That's
You know
fine,
what
Your
I'm
Honor.
saying?
Yep.
It's so, Officer Gregory, if you want to hang out, I'd appreciate it. Miss Belcher, did you have enough time with Mr.
No, Judge, I didn't. If you could put us in again, please.
Yeah. Mr. Kaminsky, I want you to talk to Miss Belcher. So we're gonna have to wait just a few minutes. Mr. Radford, Mr. Radford, if you touch your
Yes, ma'am, I
screen,
am.
you can rejoin it. Yeah. What, Mr. Kaminsky?
I was saying, Mr. Young's been over here. We've had coffee at my kitchen table, and I don't know what he's concerned about. He's looked at
Well,
my
I
backyard.
want you to talk to, in the meantime, I understand what your situation is, but I'd rather have you talk to our in-house attorney. And then maybe she can talk to Mr. Young and see where we're at, okay? So just mute yourself and hang out. She's got one person in front of you, and then we'll do your case. Mr. Ramirez, can you hear me?
My dad needs a translator.
Your dad needs a translator? Hang on just a second. Let me pull his file and see if I have a request for a translator. And I don't. Are you, for Mr. Ramirez, he needs a translator?
Yes.
Okay, Spanish?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna have to give you another date. Yeah, but Mr. Young, on the Ramirez case, the technical requirements. That I think maybe I need to have on Mr. Ramirez, are you what is it, your dad?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have you talk to the court-appointed attorney, just hang out for a minute, and then we'll adjourn it for a translator, but I want you to talk to her first, okay? So just hang out for a few minutes, okay? And then we'll get another date that we can have an interpreter.
Okay.
But hold on, but it's gonna be a few, because I want you to talk to the attorney. On the person with the phone identifier of 2510, what's your last name?
Are you speaking about me, Miss Green? Mr. Atwood?
No, I'm not, Mr. Atwood. I got you.
All right, sorry
No worries.
about that.
You're on my list next. Just keep hanging out or keep doing whatever you're working and doing. Miss Courtney, can you hear me? Miss Courtney, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
We're just waiting on Mr. Jadala. When he reappears, we'll do your case. Miss Belcher, did you have enough time with Mr. Radford?
I did, Your Honor. We're ready.
People versus Austin Radford.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Radford. Mr. Radford, please state your name.
Austin Radford.
Your Honor, as to the arraignment portion, we waive formal reading, stand mute. Mr. Radford is requesting an adjournment, Your Honor. He did indicate that he is getting ready to move. There will be a new address that we will have to provide the court, but I do have a phone number and an email address for him.
Do you want that July 8th date also?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
I'll adjourn it to July 8th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I did communicate the offer to him from the people. We would just ask that it stay open, and then I would request just any additional.
Are you going to give me a new address or?
Yes, I can provide that because I do have another case with Huron Township and that, so I would like to update my address with the court.
Okay, what's the address?
It is going to be 26333 Penny, Pennie, that's Street. And that's going to be Dearborn Heights, Michigan. 48125, I believe, is the zip code there.
48125?
Yes, ma'am. I believe that is the zip code.
And can I get an email and a cell phone number from you?
Yes, ma'am. Phone number is going to be 734-789-0650. Email is going to be my first name, Austin, and then an M for Matthew, and then my last name, Radford, at iCloud.com.
All right, and we're gonna give this the July 8th date at 9 a.m. and that's with Judge Oakley.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've listed Ms. Belcher on the file. And you're all set for today.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you both very much.
You're welcome. Miss Belcher, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Atwood. Now, Mr. Atwood, I'm talking to you.
Mr. Atwood, Your Honor, I don't have the Sumter offers. I only have Huron offer.
On Atwood, there is no offer. It's a straight up plea.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Atwood, did you hear me? Go ahead and hit join. Go ahead and hit join, and Miss Belcher will meet you in the breakout room. Mr. Beach, can you hear me? Mr. Beach.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Mr. Beach. Good morning. Do you have an attorney? You actually just hit mute again by accident.
Can you hear me now?
I can. Do you have an attorney?
I had a court appointed one last time I talked, but they never got a hold of me. They were supposed to get a hold of me, and
Okay, yeah, I have a mixed message here on who it is. Just hang out for a minute and I'll have you talk to Miss Belcher, okay? So
Okay,
there's
thank you.
one person in front of you.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse
Yeah.
me, Judge. Judge?
Yeah,
Royce is the attorney for Mr. Beach. I sent Royce all of the reports and a copy of the video.
all right,
So
then I imagine Mr. Nunley will appear. Mr. Brady, what case are you on?
Your Honor, I'm on Sumter Township versus Antonio Lee Kraut. That's case number 21 SU 0.
Is your client with you or are you expecting him?
He's here. He's across from me.
All right, People versus Antonio Kraut. I have an offer for 2 counts of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive and 1 count of no plate, no registration. Have you discussed that with your client?
I will right now.
And it would be a total of, it's 445 times 2. The total due and owing the court would be $1135.
Yeah, Your Honor, would that be something that he could pay in installments?
Yep, $50 a month.
$50 a month?
Correct.
Okay. So, all right, Your Honor, can I confer with him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep, just put us on mute and then
Yep.
whenever
Thank
you're
you.
ready.
Okay, thank you.
Miss Courtney, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have an attorney, Miss Courtney? Oh,
Um,
I already talked to you, we're waiting on Mr. Jadala. I apologize.
No
Yep,
problem.
Just hang out.
Okay.
She's off. I don't know where she went.
Oh, it's a different judge.
No, yeah, it's a different judge, different
Okay.
case. That's the
Okay.
thing. That was the other.
Okay.
I don't know.
All
why.
right, Mr. Friday, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor. I conferred with my client and that is acceptable. He's here next to me.
Do you, Mr. Kraut, do you understand that actually, I apologize, counsel. I see that although he did 2 counts of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, that I see that this is all out of 1 incident.
Correct.
Although that there's 3 tickets. So I have to charge because Sumter Township wrote it on 3 cases. And since he's not dismissing any of them, I have to charge the state costs on all 3 files. So the state cost is ×3. So I have to charge the $435 in state costs. But on top of the state cost, I'll only add another $200 per file.
So I'm sorry, Your Honor. So there were 3.
Wait a second, that's not
Yeah,
right.
there
Go
was a-
ahead. Yeah, it's
There was a
because
separate
none of
matter
these
that
are
was-
dismissed. He's taking a plea on every single file, so I've got to do the state costs. The state costs, I can't waive them. But I'll
Okay.
make it, actually, I'll just make it $100 extra, so it'll be $735. Instead of the $1135, okay?
Okay. And he can pay $50 a month, correct?
Yep. Now let me take the plea. Do you understand that by pleading guilty on these cases that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Yes,
And we have 2 counts of is it that on January the 19th that you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive a vehicle that you were in,
yes,
and that, what was the other? And that you didn't have a valid plate on the vehicle that you were driving.
yes,
All right. So I'll assess the 245. Hang on, I'm trying to. And Mr. Freddie, I have your appearance on the file. All right, so it's 245 times 3, which is 735. And then can you pay $50 a month?
yes,
All right. So I'm gonna write payment plan. And can I get a phone number and an email for us to send the payment plan to?
You wanna do yours or?
Well, Your Honor, I don't think he has an email address, so we can just use my email address.
I know that I can just take it, well, we can just mail it to him then at the Harvest Lane address.
Okay.
Okay, but can we get a cell phone number for you, Mr. Kraut?
734-373-3429.
Perfect. All right, you're all set. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ms. Belcher and Mr. Atwood, are you ready?
Your Honor, I do need to speak with the city attorney, and I did hear, Your Honor, that you're going to be giving me Mr. Kaminsky, so I could speak on that file with the city attorney at the same
Yeah,
time.
okay, perfect. You have Mr. Atwood still in that room, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna, I would say it's gonna close it out.
Okay, sorry,
That's
Your
gonna-
Honor. He's
No,
working.
no, it's totally fine. It's gonna kick it back out. Yeah, and then I have Mr. Ramirez too. What I think I'm gonna do, is, let you talk to Mr. Ramirez for 1 minute because I got to adjourn that because it's an interpreter. But his
Oh, okay.
son's on and we don't have an interpreter, so I need to adjourn it.
We can do that first, Judge.
But let me do that one first. All right, and then I'll stick you in.
Not a problem.
Hang on a second. Let me delete all these and I'll restart it. On Ramirez, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room for a minute with the court-appointed attorney, and then we'll give you another date where we get an interpreter, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and hit join. And Ms. Belcher, just so you know, that on this case, because it's a technical requirement, I don't know, actually, there's no offer in the file, Mr. Young. I don't know what what the township's asking for in this case.
On the nose, Your Honor.
Okay, just so that she knows, I mean, she doesn't have a plea in the file and neither do I, so I'm just asking. All right, Ms.
Right.
Belcher, go ahead and hit join, and then I'll let you talk to Mr. Young about
Thanks.
Mr. Atwood and Mr. Kaminsky.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
Thanks.
This is the,
Mr. Wagner, we're
That's
still
right.
waiting on your attorney.
Houston's, we think.
Yes, Your Honor, I just confirmed with him on via text. He's still dealing with the case he has in Warren at
That's
the
fine.
moment.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ruiz. What time is your case scheduled for?
10:50.
Do you have an attorney?
You look at this and this is Ruiz.
No, I do not.
Hang on, let me pull your file.
Okay.
Mr. Ruiz, I don't have an offer from the prosecutor. It's that you either plead straight up or to the driving on suspended. There is no offer. I can have you talk to the court-appointed attorney if you want to. If you pled guilty, it's a $445 ticket.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, Your Honor. Because I've already cleared out all the payments for the tickets and the
Okay.
bench warrant months ago.
Yep, I see that. But why don't you talk to the court-appointed attorney? I can't negotiate anything on your behalf, only she can, okay?
Okay.
So there's two people in front of you, so just hang out and I'll let you talk to her in just a couple minutes.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Ms. Belcher, are you all set on that?
Yes, Judge, we're ready.
Okay, people versus Alberto Ramirez Landeros.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of the defendant. Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to speak with my client's son in the breakout room. My client does need a interpreter, as the court is aware. We are asking for an adjournment so that can be accomplished. I only have a phone number. He does not have an email address.
All right, I am gonna set this with Judge Oakley. It's with the Sumter prosecutor. It's gonna be July the 8th at 10, Ms. Belcher.
Okay, Judge.
Because it's a Sumter case. And then I'm gonna make a notation, need Spanish interpreter.
Okay, Judge. And I did ask about status. I don't think we'll need an immigration attorney, but I will consult with Teresa if that is needed.
Okay, perfect, thank you. And I'll make a notation that you're on this. And so on Mr. Ramirez's behalf, his son, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and you understand that you're gonna get a notice sent for Mr. Ramirez at the Edward Street address in Detroit, and it's gonna be with Judge Oakley again by Zoom on July the 8th, okay?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you,
And
Your
did
Honor.
you talk to Mr. Young about Mr. Kaminsky?
No, Judge. You put me in Ramirez first.
Yep, and Mr. Atwood, that's right. Got it. If you hit
Thank you, Judge.
rejoin, I'll send Mr. Young there.
Got it.
Miss Courtney, your attorney's joining us. Mr. Jadala, we have Miss Courtney. Did you need a breakout room with her?
Was there an offer by the prosecution?
There is not, says straight up.
Your Honor, was this set for a regular pretrial or a final pretrial?
It's a regular pretrial.
All right, I would like to talk to Mrs. Courtney briefly.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Miss Courtney, can you go ahead and hit join?
Yes, ma'am.
And Justin Harris, can you hear me? Mr. Harris? Or the person with the identifier of Justin Harris, I guess is what I should say. Mr. O'Brien, I just put the prosecutor in a breakout room with another attorney. So the second that he gets out, I'll call Mr. Wagner's case.
Sounds good.
Okay, give me just a second.
Mhm.
All right, Mr. Jadala on People versus Jolene Courtney.
Your Honor, respectfully, Samuel Jadala, P62186. appearing
Oh,
on behalf-
actually, I apologize. We don't have Mr. Young out of the breakout room yet. So, give me just a second. Let me get him back. Hang on just a second, Mr. Jadala, and then I'll call it. All right, Ms. Belcher on, are you ready on, Atwood?
Your Honor, I did get a reduced plea. I can tell him what it is on the record. It's allowing unlicensed driver to drive, which is going to get rid of the points, and it will not be reported to the Secretary of State, sir.
Okay. Let me, while we're doing this, I gotta put Mr. Young, rejoin room number 1, and I'm gonna send, Mr. O'Brien to that on Mr. Wagner's case.
Will do.
Go ahead, Mr. O'Brien. All right, Ms. Belcher, I
Thank you.
How do I do
apologize.
that,
Thank you, Judge.
I hit breakout rooms. Is that what I do?
All you do is hit and rejoin the breakout room. Ms. Belcher, explain it to him.
Mr. Atwood, or explain it to Mr. Young?
Yes.
Okay, on the bottom of your screen, Mr. Young, you will see a button that says breakout rooms. Select that, sir, and then it'll pop up the room you were previously assigned to, and you will select join.
There it is. Okay, I was hitting it. You have to hit it twice?
Yeah, you have to hit it twice.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Belcher. You're very explainable. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome, Mr. Young.
Ms. Belcher, on,
Yeah.
on Mr. Atwood.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Atwood, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Ooh, excuse me.
Okay. Do you need to go in a breakout room with me, sir, or did you hear what I gave you the offer?
Yes,
Mr. Young, Mr. O'Brien is waiting for you in that room. If you would please join that.
And I've got the joint breakout room and
Thank you. All right, Ms. Belcher.
It's one of those days. Happy Thursday. Mr. Atwood, do you have any questions, sir? It's going to get rid of the points and it's not going to go on your driving record. It is still a misdemeanor, though. I think it's better than the offer that we'd previously discussed.
not a problem. I do understand. Yes.
Okay. He wants
What's
to
the
go
offer,
for
Ms. Belcher?
allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, Your Honor.
You understand that by pleading guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form, and you're going to plead guilty to this charge.
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it true that on or about February the 20th of last year, you were in Sumter Township and you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive a vehicle that you were in?
Yes, Your Honor.
The $200 ticket, the state adds $145, and there's $100 in bench warrants and late fees, total of $545. Do you need a payment plan?
Can I get some time to pay that?
Yep. Can I do $50 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
And you can make extra payments if you want.
I will definitely do that. Now,
All right.
is there any
Yeah.
way speak the other tickets that I have, because
That's
I'm
what I
always
was going to address. He did have 2 outstanding tickets, Your Honor. It looks like defaults were generated on the 2nd of this month. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I
Heather
see
can
that it was
reset them.
scheduled for June 2nd. Heather, can you reset those for him?
on my piece of paper that I got in the mail. It said June 20th.
Oh, we don't, you know what? I don't have Heather on here anymore. I bet you
I'll
she
send
had
her
a.
an email, Judge.
They are state cases and only civil infractions. Yeah, but can you so how do we reset them, Heather?
The default would probably have to be set aside, Judge.
Yeah, Heather, can you reset them for like okay. She's saying he has to go online and do what's an OCR? Oh, online courthouse. Yeah. Go online and click on it and it'll send to the prosecutor it's through Matterhorn, through the online court resolution. All right.
Okay, Mr. Atwood, did you hear that?
I did.
Okay, perfect. All right, you're all set. Thanks. Have a good day.
Information to my new address.
Oh, give me your new address. What is it?
4850 Niagara Street, Niagara, Wayne, Michigan, 48184.
All right, I got it. Thank you.
I do appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Well,
all right, Ms. Belcher, are you ready on Mr. Kaminsky?
I need a breakout room with him. I am ready as far as speaking with the city attorney.
Perfect. Mr. Kaminsky, I'm going to have you, if you could rejoin Ms. Belcher, breakout room number 1, I'm going to send Mr. Kaminsky there. Mr. Kaminsky, all I want you to do is hit join. Mr. O'Brien, on Mr. Wagner's case, what are we doing?
Request an adjournment, Your Honor. I received the police report with no videotapes. The prosecutor told me he mailed out the videotape sometime in May, so he's going to send the tape again.
All right, I'm going to adjourn it to July the 8th at 10:40.
Okay.
And that's with Judge Oakley.
Is it going to come back to you?
It does not. I do not have Sumter again for like 9 months or something. We do a 3-month rotation. So it'll be with Judge Oakley on July the 8th. All right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too. Nice seeing you.
You too. You're set, Mr. Wagner. Mr. Jadala.
Thank you.
Did you need to talk to Mr. Young on Miss Courtney's case?
Your Honor, we're going to just ask that we set it for a final pretrial and making the witnesses appear, complaining witnesses appear at that time.
Mr. Young, set it on the July 8th date, OIC to subpoena witness the victim to appear.
Yeah, it is.
July the 8th at 10:40.
Thank you, Judge.
Victims to appear. And that's with Judge Oakley.
A copy of the police report?
I'm sorry?
Is there any way that I can have like a copy of the police report?
You can talk to Mr. Jadala about that.
Okay, well, I've asked him already and haven't gotten it. That's why I asked.
Ms. Courtney, prosecutor will make sure he provides it to us, and once I have it, me and you will discuss it and we'll have it in full, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Hold on. Mr. Jadala, I sent it on May 20th, copy of the tape and the police report. Did you get that?
That was mailed to me, correct, Mr. Young?
Yeah, right.
Yes, I believe yes, I believe I do have that.
Okay,
Yes, you
all right,
sent it in the
just wanna make
package. That's correct.
Okay.
All right, well then, Miss Courtney, you can get that from Mr. Jadala.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
The person with the identifier of Mikey, what case are you on?
I assume that's my name. I'm not sure how, but I have a
Tell me what your name is.
Michael Shores.
What time is your case set at? I got you, 10:40.
Judge, I need another room with Mr. Kaminsky when you get a moment.
Yep, did it knock you out?
Yeah, we only had a minute. I'm a fast talker, but I'm not that
No,
fast.
I guess I needed to make it. Yeah, hang on.
You guys want me to tell you how to do it?
No, it kicked him out. Yeah. All right, Mr. Kaminsky, if you go ahead and hit join again. All right, Mr. Shores, hang on just a second. Mr. Shores, I have an offer from the prosecutor that if you pay a $400 double parking, they'll dismiss the tickets. Are you interested in taking that plea?
Yes.
Can you pay that within 30 days?
Yes.
I'll dismiss the other cases, assess the $400 double parking, make a notation to pay within 30 days. You can pay it online, you can mail it in, or you can stop by the courthouse and pay it live, okay?
Okay.
You're all set. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Officer Smith, are you here on Man Trucking
I am here on Man.
and on Flummer Lalana or whatever, both
yes, ma'am.
cases? All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Miss Foley Carter, are those going? What's the status?
I don't believe they're going. I don't know that they had any contact with the department prior to this, so we'll see.
Okay. Just asking. The person with the identifier of phone number 2510, what are you here on?
Some old charges of, I think it's.
What's your last
disorderly
name?
Funk,
What is it?
Funk, F-U-N-K.
All right, Mr. Funk, hang on just a second. Mr. Funk, I have a offer from the prosecutor that if you plead to the disorderly person, which would be a $345 ticket, that the other charge would be dismissed. Are you interested in pardon?
Yep, I'll plead guilty to it.
There might be a clearance on the dismissed drug charge that's $45 to get your license back, but you can pay that at any time, okay?
Okay,
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
yes, Your Honor.
And is it true on May the 13th of 2018, you were in Sumter Township and you were acting in a disorderly fashion?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll accept your plea. I'll assess the $345 that we just discussed. Do you need a payment plan or can you pay that within 30 days?
Nope, I can pay it within 30 days.
All right, then I'll make that notation and you are all set. All right, make sure you pay it.
Thank you.
And you
Thank
can
you, Your
pay
Honor.
it online, you can pay it live, or you can come in or you can mail it in, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too, ma'am.
On the Galaxy Note 10, oh, you're not connected. On the Galaxy Note 10, what's your last name? Sir, what's your last name?
My name is last name Newman. And it's
What time is your case set for?
11.
Who are you here representing? Man Trucking?
That's correct.
Miss Foley Carter, did you want a breakout room with him?
If I could, Your Honor.
And with officer or no?
Not right now.
Sir, go ahead and hit join and you can talk to the prosecutor. Miss Belcher, did you have a conversation with Mr. Kaminsky?
I did, Your Honor, and we're ready.
People versus Edward Kaminsky.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Kaminsky. Sir, will you state your name for the judge?
Edward Kaminsky.
Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to meet with the city attorney as well as my client. It's my understanding after speaking with Mr. Young that they were seeking to have the ordinance officer go to my client's backyard. There were issues with my client allowing it. I did confirm with my client that he will allow the new ordinance officer. I don't know if Mr. Young's listening. The new ordinance officer can go in his backyard. That way we can get the itemized list of what's at violation here, Your Honor, so that we can get that removed from the property. So ultimately, we will need a new pretrial date. And Mr. Kaminsky did ask if Your Honor could keep the case. He would certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, except I really, I mean,
I explained it to him, but
yeah, I know, Mr. Kaminsky, and I appreciate that. But I don't have, we're doing a rotation and we're doing things differently, but I trust you in Miss Belcher's hands. She will absolutely take care of you and make sure that it goes smoothly, okay?
All right.
And so I am going to adjourn it to 10:40 on July the 8th with Judge Oakley. And Mr. Young, you heard her say that he can have the new ordinance officer as opposed to the old ordinance officer, I guess. Does that make sense to you, Mr. Young?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
You weren't
What's going
listening.
on?
She said if Mr.
No, I
Young
was
is
listening.
listening, and apparently you weren't.
I was apparently listening. It was garbly-gook. And so I can't understand your garbly-gook all the time, but go ahead.
Seriously, Mr. Young, we are on the record and we are in a courtroom.
Yeah, I know
whether
we
you want
are.
to say so or not. So if you want to be disrespectful to me, I
I'm
don't
not
appreciate it.
disrespectful to you. I'm trying to understand what's happening, and somehow there's something said about me. I'm trying to understand and get it. It didn't come through, so I'm listening.
Okay, and I'm only stating because Miss Belcher said if Mr. Young is listening, and you nodded your head, so I thought you were, and so
And
I
I was.
repeated it. Okay, so is that a problem?
I didn't hear exactly what she said.
I'm happy to repeat it. I'm happy to repeat it.
Go
Your Honor.
ahead.
Not an issue. So Mr. Young, I did speak with my client. He is willing. I know when you and I spoke, there was an issue with someone not being allowed in the back of the home to view what's at issue so we could get an exact list. And he did tell me he will allow the new ordinance officer back there, okay?
No, he'll allow Peter Gregory back there. The new ordinance officer is being trained. He isn't even operational 100% at this point. So it's either Mr. Gregory or I'll get a search warrant.
Can the new ordinance officer accompany Mr. Gregory?
Well, yeah, he accompanies him right now on everything.
Okay, Mr. Kaminsky, do you understand, sir, that that new ordinance officer is being trained so he will accompany the old ordinance officer?
Yeah.
Okay, nobody is out to get you, Mr. Kaminsky. They just want to get a list so we all know what we have to work with, so we know what is at issue.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kaminsky. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to adjourn it to September the 8th at 10:40, and Ms. Belcher is going to stay on the case.
September or July?
Oh, July. I apologize. I don't know where my brain is. July 8th at 10:40.
Okay, thank you.
All right, okay, and that'll be with Judge Oakley in courtroom number 2.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Belcher, I have Vincent Ruiz, prosecutor, offers no plea. I'm going to put you in a break. He said he's paid off his fines. I'm going to put you in the breakout room with them. If you rejoin number 2, and I'll stick. Mr. Ruiz, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and hit join, and Miss Belcher will meet you there. Miss Carter,
thank you, Your Honor.
did you meet with the representative from Man?
I did, Your Honor. We had an opportunity to discuss a possible resolution. We will be amending the overweight to $3,000, and we do not object to any sort of payment plan.
Okay. Do you need a payment plan on behalf of Man?
Yes, we do.
What kind of payment plan?
Can we do 200 a month?
I will do that. 200 a month. All right, you're all set. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
You too. Thank you again.
Yeah, and I have an email of for looks like patrileytrucking@gmail.com.
That's correct.
Perfect. All right, thank you very much. You have a great day.
You too now.
And you just have the one other one, Ms. Foley Carter?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, well, hang out and wait. Thanks. Oh, maybe, no, I don't know. It's this person, Justin Cole Harris. I'm not sure. The person with the identifier of Justin Cole Harris, what case are you here on? Hello?
Judge, could I have a breakout room with Mr. Young when you get a moment?
Yep, I'll do it right now.
Thank you.
Go ahead and hit rejoin, Ms. Belcher.
Thank you.
Ahí está.
All right, Ms. Belcher, are you ready?
Yes, Judge, there is going to be an offer made for Mr. Ruiz to allowing a licensed driver to drive that he will be taking.
Do you understand, Mr. Ruiz, by pleading guilty to this added count that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice of rights form?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it true that you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive a vehicle that you were in on July the 25th of last year?
Yes, Your Honor.
It is a total of $445. Do you need time to pay that?
Just the 30 days would be fine.
Your
All
Honor,
right, yeah.
ask, is the clearance fee paid on this one? I know it's an older file.
It doesn't say, Heather, will you tell me if there's a clearance? I don't have that there is oh, wait a second. I have that there was a suspension. Yeah, I see a payment. I see it. Heather, I found it on my own.
Thank you, Judge. He just wanted to get another job as an Uber driver, so we wanted to make sure he could have a valid license.
Yep, got it. Yep, it's on there. All right, and pay within 30 days, okay?
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too, thank you.
I think Mr. Beach will be it for you, Miss Belcher. It's Devon Beach. It looks like.
Oh, that's Nunley's case.
Yeah, he hasn't, Mr. Young indicated that, but Mr. Nunley has not appeared.
I'll get Nunley on the phone, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Because it was set at 10, it was set an hour ago. And Ms. Foley Carter, we have Mr. Lalana here. Did you want to break out room with him?
If I could, please.
Yeah, Mr. Lalana, can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to put you in a breakout room with the prosecutor. So all you have to do is hit join.
Your Honor, Mr. Nunley answered and he's signing in now.
Thank you. Then I think you're all set.
Okay, thank you, Judge. Great to see you. Everyone have a good day.
Yep, have a good day. Good morning, Mr. Nunley. We have Mr. Beach on here. Did you need to breakout room with him or with Mr. Young?
With Mr. Young, please. I apologize. I didn't get notice of today.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was waiting for you to jump on, and then when you didn't, I forgot about you. Mr. Young, can you rejoin on breakout room number 2? And Mr. Nunley, I'll meet you there. Ms. Foley, are you ready?
Yeah, Your Honor.
People versus Flamur Lalana.
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor. We've had an opportunity to speak about a possible resolution. We will be amending it down to, we're wait for $2,800, and Mr. Lalana would seek a payment plan.
What kind of payment plan do you need, Mr. Lalana?
I don't know. It's first time I'm in the court, about this ticket.
Do you want, I mean, can you do like $200 a month?
Okay, thank you.
We'll do $200 a month. And we have a cell phone number for you. We don't have an email. Do you have an email address or no?
Yes.
What's your email?
LLANA2002@yahoo.com.
All right, we will send you the payment plan and you are all set, okay?
Thank you. You have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a nice day, officer. Thanks, Ms. Foley Carter. You are all set.
Have a good one, Your Honor.
Yeah, see you later. Are you ready on Beach?
If I could just have a breakout room with Mr. Beach.
Absolutely. Mr. Beach, I'm gonna hit join. If you join your attorney, and Mr. Nunley, if you rejoin breakout room number 2.
Roger that. Thank you.
Someone could throw me back in with Mr. Young.
I'll do it. Actually, you guys can just both I'm gonna move you actually to breakout room number 3 because your client hasn't
Still in there.
left the breakout room. There you go.
Just need one more brief moment with my client and hopefully we'll be ready to roll.
Are you ready, Mr. Nunley?
One more brief moment with Mr. Beach and then we'll be ready to roll after that.
Okay. Mr. Beach, can you hit, I just sent you a thing to hit join to breakout room number 3 and Mr. Nunley will meet you there.
Thank you.
the breakout room closed on us. Rob, you said that, could we roll this dangerous dog thing in there as
Yeah.
the now moot?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
With-
sorry about, did you want another break? I can open another one. Do you want me to?
please, thank you.
Yep, no worries. And then Mr. Beach, if you touch on it and then rejoin the breakout room. Do you got it? Mr. Beach? Mr. Beach, I'm gonna delete the breakout room and start it again. I see that you're having trouble.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. And I'm gonna delete it out and then start it all over. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Mr. Nunley. Your client was having problems. I'm gonna delete it and then restart it so that it sends him the message.
Okay.
Okay, now go ahead and hit join, Mr. Beach. And Mr. Nunley, he has a pretrial for another drunk driving on July the 28th
Okay.
also. Just in case you didn't know, it's a state
did.
case.
I
It's a
did.
state case.
You
So,
know, okay, got it.
yep. All right, Mr. Nunley, what are we doing?
So, my client would like a short adjournment so that he can consider his options with that other pending alcohol-related conviction that would put him at a third if he, were to accept any sort of offer from the prosecutor. That's going to be felony territory, mandatory jail time. I told him so. He just wants to take a minute and consider, whatever. I'm going to send him the videos that Mr. Young supplied to me so he can assess. At the next pretrial, we'll definitely be able to let you know whether he wants to avail himself of the offer made by the prosecutor or if he wants to set it for a trial.
Okay, and this is gonna end up with, this is gonna go to July 8th at 10:50 with Judge Oakley,
July 8th, 10:50. Got it.
with Judge Oakley. All right, Mr. Beach?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and
But-
you're all set for today.